Hello everyone, this is Mr. Darius again, your business teacher and business consultant, and today's business bill is about building effective reward systems for candidates that we either want to retain in our company or we want to attract in our company. And I'm talking here about employees, key word over here, people that actually help us through their day-to-day determination, time, effort, patience, sweat, to take our business to the next level. Even if that sometimes means just business survival, it's still another chance to actually start over again and develop from there. So it's very important when we're doing so that we have in mind or at the center of the entire concept the beneficiary of this system, and that is the employee. So we must put ourselves in the shoe of an employee and try to understand what is it that actually makes them tick, right? So what is a reward system? Is the employer's way of rewarding an employee's effort and determination. Yeah. So it's our way of showing people that work for us and with us that we care about them and we appreciate their effort. So I did say that whenever we try to build such a reward system, we have to put ourselves in the shoes of the employee. Why is it important to do so? Why not go with something classic, like just put out a salary out there, or just put out there whatever you can offer as a company? Because it is a very competitive market. You can't just throw out there some reward systems randomly or copy paste them from somewhere and expect that they will actually be applicable to your candidate also, or your business also, or why not your industry, right? Because it's not the same thing if you are in the primary sector when focusing on extracting raw materials over there, or in the tertiary sector focused on delivering services. So it's a very competitive market, and people do expect offers which are tailored according to their special needs, right? Especially those in mid and up management do expect that what you're about to offer them is much more suitable and much more considered towards their needs. It can be paying for tuition for their children, or providing a paid holiday every year for him and or her and his or her family, so on and so forth. So offers which are tailored, and it's competitive market, and in the same time it is tightly linked with your employer branding strategy. So employer branding means how people that not necessarily work for you, so people from outside the company, those that work for you also, but even those that don't work for you, perceive you as a potential employer. Would this be the kind of workplace that they would come at with joy? Would this be the kind of company that they will actually join and work for? Will this be the kind of job that actually will make them wake up in the morning and not feel sick about going to work? So if you don't put the right effort into building such a reward system, you might be perceived in a different way in terms of employer branding or employer reputation. Now, whenever I'm faced with a situation of actually having to build something like this for someone, let's say a high-profile candidate, let's think of someone in upper management, I really try to get in their position and understand very well what is it on a daily basis that they have to do. What's fun about their job, what's not fun about their job, what's critical about their job, and how can their job actually take the company at the next level or improve the company or improve in any way, any operational matter. Doesn't really matter here, but I'm talking about overall improvement. Okay? And one thing that I have in mind is, once I understood what people have to do, so the to-dos, yeah, okay, and how does actually what they do help the business over there, and how does what they do contribute? Yeah. Then I shift the entire exercise towards what would they want? Okay? So what do they want? Then I would think, what is the industry offering in terms of availability? Is this a job that is very popular and easy to find, or is this a job that is really rare, or the candidate would have to move in a bigger city for him to actually find this job title and actually work in just job position? And I'm also interested about the industry because it depends very much on how competitive the industry is, because the starting salary and the packages and the fringe benefits will also vary from there. Then I would be very interested in what similar profile competitors would have to offer. What do they have to offer? Of course, in the IT industry, I as an SME, I can compare myself with IBM and say, well, I've compared myself to the industry now and the competitors in the industry. I now understand which is the market median. I should pay as IBM. Well, let me stop you just there, because it might be, first of all, impossible to do so, and second of all, this might severely affect your financial health and sustainability for the overall business if you're trying to go on that path. So, hence my comment towards thinking about similar profile competitors. Let's think of how do we measure the size of a business? Another video lesson that we have on our channel. Let's look at number of employees, let's look at turnover, let's look at the processes they use, let's look at the market in which they operate. Okay, let's look at how much they actually produce and what they produce, and then try to figure out what this similar profile, similar size, similar profile competitors actually offer. And of course, it would be important to know and understand what qualifications and experience should I expect from such a person. I mean, I've seen people that were very qualified theoretically in terms of diploma and history on a certain job, for a certain job, but when I've had more granular conversations or clarifying conversations, punctual questions with them, and went through all and discussed several case studies, we came to realize that they didn't have 10 years of experience, because he or she did only repetitive tasks, so they had 1 year of experience which they repeated 10 times. So I want people that have the qualifications, but also have experience. They've seen also negative experience in a business. They've been there when the business was booming, when the business was suffering, went through different processes, had several interventions in critical moment, or had a say, contributed to the overall running of the company. So this is what I would be very interesting when I would be building this reward system, so that it becomes much more tailored towards that person. And last but not least, I would say history. I'm thinking here of history, especially to the candidates that we're thinking of offering a job promotion. So these are people that already work for us or have worked in the past with us, and we're thinking of promoting them or bringing them back. Now, history is really important, because this candidate might have agreed in the past to have a salary decrease so we can keep everybody on board when we were facing a crisis. This candidate has agreed for the past 2 years to work extra hours to make sure that high quality products are delivered to the client without being paid extra. So these two examples that I actually gave you are not something that we should just put under the rug and say, oh, okay, this is it, this is the offer, let's go. These are tiny efforts coming from their part that we should take in consideration and analyze closely and have in mind whenever we're proposing a new reward system as a result of either hiring them or promoting them. Yeah. So these being said, don't forget that regardless of how many motivational theories we're going to study, regardless if we want to follow the path of Taylor or Maslow or Vroom, theory is important. It helps us move forward. It helps us build. But the main question in every hiring or promoting interview is about the employee. What does he or she want and expect in income, in benefits, and so on and so forth? Because in the end, we can't talk about democratic systems and about being a nice boss and about people being satisfied at the workplace because we have ergonomic furniture if they're stressed about the matter of what do they put on their dinner table for their families as a result of working hard. So this being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and don't forget that whenever you're trying to build a reward system, you must have in mind several factors, such as what the candidate wants, expects, what the industry is offering, what your competitors are actually offering, what qualifications and experience he or she has, and if they have any history with your company. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any business queries, just drop me a line and I'll help you pull it through.